Hey, what's going on? What's happening, world? This is another exciting episode of A Minute with Miles where we focus on positivity, progress, and power. So today I'm going to be talking about a concept I like to call lose to win, right? I know that sounds counterintuitive, but that's not what it is. What it is this, right? Every time that I've thought that I was on my way to it, right? I'm like, okay, man, whoop. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that, blah, blah, whatever. And then I get the bag and I fuck the money up, right? The next time I get another bag that's of a substantial amount, right? I don't make the same mistakes that I made with the last one. Now, I might make a new set of some different mistakes, but I never make the same mistakes twice, right? So that's why I say you got to lose to win, right? The thing is, the reason why mentors are so important and why some mentors even cost money, right, is because you are paying for knowledge. You're paying for the recommendations on not to do the same things that they did, that they fucked their money up on, right? The journey is where the value comes from. The lessons is where the value comes from, right? Look at our president. I made this example many times already, right? Donald Trump went flat broke, bankrupt. I don't know if he was flat broke, but he was white people broke. You know, white people broke is when you broke, but you still got money, right? Usually ghetto broke is just like, nigga, you broke. You ain't got it. You flat. You can't afford nothing, right? But our president went flat broke, right? And not only did he file bankruptcy and, have to close some hotels and do a whole bunch of other things to get himself financially back, on track, right? He bounced back from that. Not only bounced back from that, but he bounced back from that financial hardship to going on to be the president of the United States of America twice. And he didn't come into the game as being a politician. He came into the game as being a businessman and figured out how to finesse an entire fucking country of people into being the president of the United States of America. Right? But the reason why is probably because he has taken so many losses. He's probably made so many mistakes. He's probably fucked up so many times in his life that each time he got another opportunity, he knew how to handle it to make sure he didn't get the last results that he got from the last time when he fucked some shit up, right? You're going to fail, dog. It's mandatory. It has to happen. That's just the way the game go. You're going to fail. But what you want to do is you want to take value of the lessons that you're learning when you do fail. Every time that you fail, that is an opportunity for you to learn something. Okay, what did I do this time that fucked the money up? Okay, I'm going to make sure not to do that again, right? What did I do this time that made it to where I didn't make the proper investments to make this money last? Okay, I'm going to make sure not to do that again. What did I do, right, to make it to where that last run that I had didn't make me completely successful, right? So that way I'm going to not do that next time, right? It's all lessons, man. Like I said, right, some of the shit that I've, been through and some of the money that I've lost, I'm kind of like, if I had to exchange the lessons that I got, right, through losing the money, right, or to still have the money right now, I would give the money up. I would let a motherfucker have the money back, just so I could maintain and retain the knowledge that I have gained from those circumstances, right? I done came across so much money in my life, so many different times, so many different ways. I done always attracted money. That's just been who I am. I've always been, trying to figure out a way how to get a few dollars. But aside from that, I've always attracted money, but maybe because, I've always been on the lookout for it. I've always had an optimistic mindset, right? And that has caused me to be able to look at situations and find the good in it, the gold, the money, the bag, you know what I'm saying? So, but if I had to, most of the situations that I went through to where I had a significant or at least a slightly substantial amount of money and then I fucked it up, most of the time, if I had an opportunity to have that money back or not have the lessons, I would rather not have the money still. And I would rather keep the lessons because maintaining the knowledge that I have will keep me to be able to, not fuck it up when I have even more money. I'd rather fuck off 20, 30, 40, $50,000, and learn a lesson, You know what I'm saying? And then when I get to the point of I got 20, 50, $100 million and still not know that lesson and go from 100 million to flat, I'd rather go from 50 million to flat, 50,000 to flat broke than 50 million to flat broke. Right. But the thing is, right, you have to understand it comes with it, man. Everything I keep telling y'all is this, right? Everything that you want, in life, the success, the accolades, all the things that you want, right? It comes with a multitude of failures in a multitude of different ways. You're going to lose so many times, and you probably going to lose more than you win. But the thing is, the wins, once you can lose 99 times. But that one win could be that one win that'll change the trajectory of your entire fucking life, bro. Listen to me, right? So don't be afraid to lose your way to winning, right? Now, you're going to have situations to where you're like, fuck, I'm back at zero. How the fuck am I back at zero? Blood, I just had 20 bands. I just had 100 bands. I just had this property. I just had this. I just had that, right? Excuse me. But don't lose sight of the value that you're gaining from these losses, right? Be happy that you even had the money to lose, because if you got the motherfucking money once, you can get the motherfucking money again, right? Be happy that you were able to even go through something that had you even having that type of money in the first place. And it don't even got to be that much money. You could fuck off $1,500, bro, and learn something from it. Right? You could fuck off a dub, you know what I'm saying, and learn something from it. It don't necessarily always have to be some monumental amount of money to where you learn the lessons from, because some of the largest lessons that I learned came from $5 hustles, man. Just little shit, you know what I'm saying, about how to watch people, about how to listen to what people saying without their words. You know what I'm saying? How to pay attention to, where you should probably put your money at. Pay attention to markets. Pay attention to trends. You know what I'm saying? So, man, don't rob yourself of the opportunities to learn the lessons when you're going through financial hardships or going through difficulties, going through situations. And for motherfucking sure, don't quit. Right? Because if you lost something, that means you're trying, because you never would have put yourself in a position to lose the money if you weren't trying to make an investment. Now, there are some times where you just fuck the money off, right? And that don't take too many times for you to learn. If you fucking off the money every time you get some money every single time, and by the second or third time you ain't learned that, hey man, all right, I'm gonna stack something, then maybe you just ain't meant to have no fucking money. Right? Because fucking off the money, going to, party and get drunk and shit like that, you only got to do that 1, 2, maybe 3 times. Then you like, all right, I know better than that. But the valuable lessons which come after that is the poor investments, the, going into business with people that you shouldn't go into business with. All that shit, man, is a part of the fucking game. That's what you paying for. You know what I'm saying? Like, my granny used to say all the time, man, a well-bought lesson is a well-taught lesson. And I thought about that for a long time, right? And meaning to say is like this, right? Anything that you don't actually put something up for to gain the lesson or knowledge, you're not going to value it. That's why college is expensive, because 9 times out of 10, if you pay your way through college and you don't have a scholarship, you don't have no financial aid, or even if you do, you get a student loan and you got to pay that money back regardless, you're probably going to fucking pay attention, and you're probably going to finish fucking going to school. Plain and simple. Because you have some skin in the game. Every loss that you encounter is you putting more skin in the game. Okay, boom, I invested in this property and then I got scammed by, this situation, blah, blah, whatever. Okay, it's upsetting that you lost the money, but you're never going to fucking forget that. So now when you get a bigger bag, you're not going to fuck that off, because you done had skin in the game, you done lost your skin in the game, and now you put more skin in the game, and you're going to be more careful because of the lessons that you learned yesterday. Right? So don't be afraid to lose your way all the way to winning, man. It's a part of the game. You cannot get into anything straight away and just be a champion all of a sudden. It takes training. It takes coaching. It takes failures. It takes losses. And then when the sun shine again, bro, you're going to keep it this time. Right? You're going to hold on to it this time, because you know what it feels like to be the lost $15,000, $20,000. I had $15,000 or $20,000 last week, and now I don't have it. Okay, so now the next time I get 15, 20, 100,000, whatever the fuck, I know I'm not gonna lose it because I remember how I felt when I fucked off that money, or when I made that dumbass investment, or when I invested with this person that I probably shouldn't have trusted like that. You bought the lesson, so it taught you well. You get what I'm saying? So don't run from the difficulties. Don't run from, failures and losses and your money getting fucked up and going flat broke, man. You paying for the lessons. This is what the whole name of the game is, man. You paying for the game to get to the next level, to make sure that you don't fuck it up the next time you shine. So look, man, be on a lookout for the Improvement Institution, man. It's another exciting episode with A Minute with Miles, and we are focused on positivity, progress, and power.